Hello, I hope this video finds you well and all that. What strange times we are living in. I picked up my phone to make this video and I thought to myself, I don't even know where to start. A week ago, I would have not believed you if you told me that our schools would be closing and that we would be all shifting to online learning. It still, at this moment, seems a little surreal to me. However, if we can stay healthy, both in mind, body, and spirit, then certainly worth it. This is Unit 3, Week 3. We're starting a new term, so what you'll notice is you don't have as many grades averaging in right now, and so if a grade is missing, you're going to notice it missing, that it'll take a hit on your overall grade at the moment. But first term and the second term will get averaged together, so you'll be fine in the end. So before we talk about what the rest of this unit's going to be like, because we just have one more week to this unit, I want to give you an overview of the rest of the semester. These are certainly uncertain times, and so one thing that I'm grateful to GOA for is that our whole semester is laid out. We know exactly what to expect. With all the changes in your schools going on, one thing that we can consistently say is this won't change at all. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. So after Unit 3, which we're on week 2 of Unit 3 right now. I'm sorry, you're on week 3 of Unit 3 right now. After we finish this unit next weekend, then we have one more 3-week unit. So that's Unit 4. After that, you are going to have a week and a half where you are solely working on your Catalyst Conference project. So this is when you're going to do the bulk of the work, and you're going to have plenty of time for it. And remember, you're going to build something that you can be really proud of because hundreds of people will see it. So that means it gives you time to really build your research, how you are going to deliver this positive psychology theory or intervention or practice to your group. And then you're going to have plenty of time to build the actual project into WordPress, which is where we share it out at the conference. After the Catalyst Conference, which is 3 days, late in April, then we have one final week where we come back together just as a class to wrap things up. And it's not a heavy week. It's kind of a lighter week because I know those of you that are seniors will have so much going on to get ready for graduation, which is exciting. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Because at this point in the semester, I feel like we are getting to know each other well. The hangout is a little more free range than usual. I'm going to let you come up with your questions for one another. More than ever, it is important that we're building community in our online class because, as we know from this book, human connection so important. I think it's so interesting that we're reading this book right now while our world is facing such challenge and adversity. And if we, take from this book the importance of taking care of each other and connecting with each other, I do hope that over this time, whether you're working from home or whatever your circumstances are, that you are, checking in on people, checking in on your family, checking in on your friends, your teachers even, just as simple, like, how are you holding up through all of this uncertainty and change? And something as simple as a question like that goes so far. And so it's important that we are giving each other that right now. For the direct message and twist, what I would love to know from you is, what are you going to do if you are indeed working from home at this point? What is one thing you can do each day that is calming or grounding or good for you or helps you think in optimistic ways? Whatever that is, I'm going to highly recommend you get up and do it first thing. But if there's another time of your day that's better for it, fine, great. But let's put some real intentionality into practicing what we preach. We are learning the good preach with this class. We are learning all of the research, but if we don't use it, it's of very little use to us. And then my final thing is, if you are adjusting to online learning, obviously that is other than our class, right? You kind of have an advantage because you're so used to this class, but if you're adjusting to your full course load being online, be sure to get this class organized for this coming up week. That's one thing that you know, like it's a given. You know what's due. I know you won't hear from your schools until perhaps Monday or later in the week for those of you that are not attending school. But if you can get this set and organized and maybe even work ahead a little bit, it's going to help you balance all the newness of what is going on. My school closed. We found out at 3 o'clock yesterday that our school would be closing effective immediately.